It's our next stop on our trip to Hierapolis, the ancient name, or Pamukkale, literally means cotton castle. We're just gathering at the turnstiles. We are about to enter the ancient city of Hierapolis. That's where you guys had your photo taken, right? It's about 5 kilometers square. As far as I can see, there's some structures, ruins sticking out of the dirt all over. When I was a young kid, I used to explore these areas top to bottom. I felt like I was Indiana Jones myself. These were water channels for miles and miles. That goes, some parts they're high, some parts they're ground level. Not sure how much the camera captures, but you can see structures sticking out of the hillside. Many areas are yet to be excavated. It is again an impressive part of the country. Looks like these are the foundations of different structures, a pillar, some paved roads, and looks like they piled up some previous civilizations' pillars to create a wall of some sort. The same aqueduct system on this raised bed. Far ahead is the amphitheater. What the structure is called the plutonium. Where those lush green area is going to be where we're gonna swim. What's called Cleopatra's Pool. It's natural spring water surfacing from the original location, and the King's Path, the paved road, and some pillars actually collapsed and they're underwater. It's one of the coolest pools you could technically swim in. You're literally swimming over history. Now we are walking just past the travertines, which we would like to see on the way out, closer to the sunset. Right behind me is the ancient Roman baths, which is now turned into a museum that displays the artifacts found in the area. We're now on the main pavement that takes us straight to that antique pool that I pointed out earlier. And this is the museum entrance. This is the museum of the sarcophagi and the statues. These are pretty nice and complete ones. It's 3rd century AD. Looks like a little baby tomb. Solid marble and very intricate carvings. The building itself is ancient ruins, and what's amazing is that near perfect. The museum itself is an ancient ruin itself.
I think there's another entrance. I don't think this is it.
Goes in this like a three-dimensional.
I know.
It looks like how intricate these tubular. Oh my God, these are hollow behind. Look, it depicts a story. This guy used to have his arm standing out with a spear pointing out towards the lion, because I've seen the similar sarcophagi in Milas region. The story is the same story, and on top was the statue of the person who must have been buried in it. Again, these are the fine details. Look how hollow they are. Almost as if they used Dremel tool. The famous Isis, Ishtar. We've known her with many names. Even the Sumerian Akkadian cultures called her Inanna. It has been a very prominent figure in all this pantheon. Odin must be inspired by this statue for his thinking man, and there's a thinking woman from 2nd century AD found right here called Attis in the Agora. Dedicated to Zeus, a funerary stele. And late Roman period, must be the saints depicted on the stone. We just entered the section of small findings. These are from Bronze Age findings. These predates even the Romans. These are from Bronze Age findings. Look at the ivory horn tools. Look, some amulet, horned objects. Bronze Age. The sitting Egyptian statue. Unfortunately, the head is broken off. And look at these, almost like the Celtic knuckle buckles.
The gold they found.
These are the crowns or the tiaras, the golden, and mirrors. Jewelry, perfume containers, lanterns, again, water bottles, and little jewelry. From the Hellenistic age, 300 to 30 BC. These are different eras. Honing stone, stamp seal that has the eagle on it, which was a very prominent symbol of the Roman Empire. Again, Roman period from 30 BC to 330 AD. And look at these. A strigil body cleaner. Now obviously at the time you did not shower daily, so you had a thick layer of dirt over you, and they were scrape tools that you scrape the layer of dirt off you using those tools. And yet Roman bath is very prominent, and every civilization has one, but it must have been only on occasional special occasions that people bathe. Little figurines, little spoons and arrowheads, needles and spindles made out of bone.
So they knew how to do that.
They knew how to glaze the ceramic, and they actually painted, colored, and apparently and hopefully they were food safe. And when you think of these ancient findings, you think of just terracotta pots, but obviously they had very intricate and highly decorated plates and bowls as well. This is where the part of the Roman bath was. Of course, imagine this with the roof closed, probably a semi-circular dome attaching to that top flat roof part. Now we're going towards another section of the indoor museum. Now again, this whole building itself is ancient. Now these are again they're artifacts that were found in the theater area. More gravures, wall decorations, and statues. The first thing that greets you is a sphinx. Again, wall decorations that were found in the theater area. That must have been an amazing view when these were all connected and a continuous flow of pictures. Now look at this interesting character. This is the statue of Triton. Unfortunately, the other leg part, which appears to be some sort of tentacles, maybe a flexed arm, a head, and the arm, the right arm would have been probably stretched out form pointing towards the sky. I'm gonna show you a few details. Notice the veins in the abdominal muscle area. They even took that into consideration. And the muscle tone, the veins, muscles of the hips, around the rib cage, and the shoulders. Who we have here is God Hades, sitting on his throne with a lion on his side and some sort of a bird figurine. Unfortunately it broke off. The head is missing, and I wish we had a chance to see what it looked like. And a statue of a theater actor. These are amazing figures, all repetitive, of a lion attacking. Even the eyeballs still intact in these. A lion attacking a bull figure. Now, as most of you may guess, this depicts the age of the lion taking over age of the Taurus. Now different gods are in charge. Top of the pillars, I guess it's called a capital, with sphinx form. A female figure with multiple nipples, a lioness body and wings. Again, several of them. We've just gotten out of the water. Unfortunately, it was forbidden to use cameras underwater or above water while you're in the pool. This is the antique pool. As you can see, there are ancient ruins under the water. It's a mineral water of some sort. It's a therapeutic thermal spa in a sense. The water temperature is always 35, 36 Celsius throughout the year. Even in the coldest winter days, which is technically mild winters here in Turkey, you can see the steam from the water, and this is a must do when you're in Pamukkale. You can see how clear the water is. It's about 15 meters, 5 meters. It's about 15, 16 feet deep. It was fun, but your eyes kind of burn with the minerals in the water. And right up behind the antique pool is the amphitheater that we're about to go see. Here is the farthest you can see. Looks like lots of pennies and wishes were made here. No matter what culture you're from, I guess it's a must do. A wishing well exists on all cultures. Here is some hand pumps. You can drink the water. We are slowly making our way up the hill to the theater. It's a pretty good size one. And from the theater, the whole view of city of Denizli by those mountains. These are our little guide dogs. They have been walking pretty much the whole way up with us, and a pretty sunset. It's such a vast area of old ruins, and I'll get a shot of the view from atop the theater. We are the top row of the ancient theater, and here we enter. It is humongous. It's pretty steep. They do not let you go past the halfway section. It is pretty intact despite some restoration, but it is still impressive. Looks like on top of the top row there used to be more pillars to probably create another story on the facade of the theater, and underneath is probably where the actors, actresses, and whatever else type of events they held, whether it was gladiator fights or whatnot. I have not read the sign yet as to learn the capacity of how many spectators this place would hold, but it is one of the biggest that I have seen so far. In the background, the prayer, call for prayers heard, and the sunset, as the sunset goes far in the horizon, the city of Denizli's lights start to appear. And our guide dogs made it all the way up here for us because we fed them cookies. Thank you, guys.